Appreciate you guys bearing with me here. I am just starting to set everything up, make sure we are ready to rock and roll. Looks like we got 15 people in here waiting thus far, so thank you for being here. Give me just a few brief moments here to make sure everything's in order, and then we're going to bring Crystal over, and we're going to get the party started here, so to speak. So she should be here any moment now, so I just sent her the link. Yes, it's certainly been a while. It's good to see you. It's good to see you, Melissa. Sterling Silver Variety Show. It's great to have you here. Grandpa Kevin, thanks for stopping by. Everything Spicy. Great to have you here. Romantic. Glad you're here. Aviation Fan, Goffa Haynes. Eileen, thank you so much for modding. I appreciate that. Crazy Ann. E-Waste Mike, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate that. We just were on Diving with R5's channel for the last hour or so, trying to raise money for our good YouTube friend, Get Her Done Granny. For those of you that don't know, she just recently lost her home in a house fire. She had a house fire and she lost her home. She lost her 2 dogs. She almost lost her husband. She lost one of her vehicles. Very, very traumatic event unfolding in the last 24 hours. So it's hard for me to sit here and discuss it, to be perfectly honest with you. But she's gone through it. E-Waste Mike has created a GoFundMe with Everything Spicy and Stein North, and many others have donated to this to this GoFundMe, and I'm hoping that we can rally some more support for her to get her through this trying time. So let me go ahead and bring R5 Adventures up here. How you doing, my friend?
How you doing? I'm doing good.
Good. I feel like I just saw you.
Just a little bit.
Do me a favor, guys. Please share this out tonight. This isn't about me. This isn't about Crystal. This is about a fellow YouTuber that needs our help. So if you could share this out with as many people as possible, get as many people in here as possible so that we can share the story and give them the opportunity to help out and donate if they can, or support in some way, shape, or form. It would mean the world to both of us. It would mean the world to Get Her Done Granny and all of her friends.
I know. It really would. It means the world to me that you're here now. It means the world. It needs anything to do, even if as much as watching her videos. Hi guys. And she's monetized, so that does help as well. So I really appreciated any little bit that you're able to do.
Absolutely. For those of you that don't know, like I said, I'm going to keep repeating myself, guys, so I hope you don't mind. There's going to be people that are coming in and out. The story is in the description below, as well as the link for the GoFundMe. Eileen Vale of the Fam and any other mod, feel free to post the link to Get Her Done Granny's GoFundMe, as well as her YouTube page. So there are going to be people that cannot donate or don't have the money to donate, and that is perfectly fine. We don't expect you to pay or donate when you don't have the money yourself. If you want to help or show support, share this information out. Share the link to the GoFundMe with as many people as you can through your social medias to help them, give them the opportunity to help donate. That would be helping. Or a loving comment on her page, on her YouTube page. Every little bit helps, guys. Monetary is one thing. We want to help her out by, and that's why the GoFundMe is there. That's why Mike created it. But we want to help her out psychologically and emotionally too, because this is a very dramatic experience she's just been through.
Yes, any little bit definitely helps. I'm hoping that helped, because I just disconnected my internet and reconnected it. It looks like I've got a better picture going, because I saw it was like really fuzzy. So.
You look fine over here. I don't know if you froze or not, but I've been like razor focused. Sorry. Send 1000. Great to see you.
I saw Gaffa had said robot girl, and I'm like, yeah, it is pretty fuzzy. So I went ahead and disconnected the internet, reconnected. Sometimes that needs to be done. But yeah, any little bit definitely helps. Just watching the
Yes.
channel, she gets the monetization money. Going over there and leaving comments for support because she's going
Yep.
to need that when
Yep.
this all
Reaper
starts.
shares and prayers. I like that. The Reaper, welcome. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Guys, you know as well as I do, I do every so often bring up, GoFundMe's and ask you to donate to certain things. And I hope by now you know that if me and Crystal do these things, it is for a just cause. It is for a very real situation. And this is very much no different. This is probably the biggest ask that I've ever asked for because, somebody literally lost their home. This isn't somebody that needs food or needs, money to get by for a couple of weeks while they're in isolation because they have COVID. This is someone that lost their home. They lost their dogs. They lost so much. And anything that we can do monetarily, emotionally, psychologically, we're here to do that.
And as Crazy Ann says too, her husband is in the ICU and he's 6 hours away from her. She's dealing with probably like the biggest trauma she has ever dealt with. And she's pretty much having to do it solo because she has grandkids with her kids with her, the babies with her. She doesn't want to show them her stress and give it to them. So she's trying to bear all of this stress, this trauma, this sadness solo because her husband is in the hospital 6 hours away from her, fighting for his life.
That's the toughest part right there. She can't grieve and go through this emotional process of what happened with her husband because he's in the hospital and he's fighting for his life without the support of his wife by his bedside, by his side. And that makes it all the more painful.
Yeah. So just
Dr. Smith X, hello. I agree. She is a very sweet lady. She's very spunky. She's full of spunk, but I'll tell you what, she's got a heart of gold, and I've seen that time and time again.
But no, yeah, she's a wonderful lady. He's improving, which is a good thing. That's a good thing. He's improving, but it's still just everything combined. There's just the trauma, the stress, the not having each other to lean on right now. Like it's not easy.
Right.
Any little bit is going to help. And right now she's still processing everything. She still hasn't fully processed what happened. So when this all hits in a couple days, just coming back to YouTube and seeing all the love on YouTube, the comments, knowing people are there for her is going to help her emotional state as well.
If nothing else, that's the biggest thing that you could do is show your support. Go over there. If you've experienced a similar issue yourself, or, if you can relate in some way, shape, or form, go on over to her channel and comment on one of her most recent videos and just let her know that you care about her and you've been there and you're there for her if need be. Aviation fan, just so you know, I do have the story of what happened to Get Her Done Granny in the description. I've also got the link to the GoFundMe in the description, as well as my wonderful mods posting it in the chat. So if you guys can donate, great. We really do appreciate it. Any little bit helps, even if it's just simply $1. But if you can't donate, we don't expect it. Yeah. Get Her Done Granny doesn't expect it. E-Waste Mike doesn't expect it. But there are other ways you can show your support by sharing it out, by sharing the link to the GoFundMe to as many people as you possibly can through any social media you might have.
Yeah. And
me and Crystal went live separately so that we could reach different audiences, so we can reach as many people as we can.
Yeah. And I will also stress that please, if you're able, please send the money to the GoFundMe.
Right.
Bill does
Thank
not
you.
want to make money on this stream, just
Thank
like
you.
I didn't
Thank
want
you
to
for
make
saying
money.
that.
I don't want,
I said it 50 times on my channel. I didn't even say it once yet on mine. No, she's right, guys. Do not super chat. Do not super chat. Any super chats that come in, even accidentally tonight, is going to go toward Get Her Done Granny. But don't super chat, and here's why. 30% off the top of any super chat goes to YouTube. They're going to take it whether we want it or not. So if you donate $10, YouTube gets 3 out of that 10. If it goes to the GoFundMe, if you send it to the GoFundMe instead, GoFundMe takes far less. They take 5 or 6% out of the entire sum once it's withdrawn. So don't do any super chats. Send it all to the GoFundMe. Let's see. Lulu, love you. Much love to you. Welcome. Great to see you. Psychotic Savage. Hello. Hey, Carnage. It's been a while. Let's see. And if you don't, please let me know. I'm taking care of the family. Thank you, aviation fans. Seriously, thank you. I appreciate that very much. But again, it's about her. So if you guys want to go to her channel and show her some love by sending her comments, submitting comments, watching her videos, please feel free to do so. You can donate through the GoFundMe. And ultimately, chances are she's going to end up watching all of these live streams. If I know her, she's probably going to watch all of these live streams, and she'll be able to see firsthand the things that you're saying and the support that you're showing for her anyway right now. So yeah.
No, they take 30%, Tammy, but then there's the other problem is we don't get paid for a month. So then if we came out here and said, just super chat me, I'll send her all the money. If you send us a ton of money, we have to give her that money and wait a month before we get paid, or she has to wait a month to get the money. So it's just easier this way. But
anyways, Mike, I'm glad that you, in all honesty, I'm glad that someone like you is there for her. I know that you have grown close to her, Steinorth and Phil from Everything Spicy, and I'm glad that you're there for her in that capacity, and continue to do your legwork with the Red Cross and see what they can do to help her out. And I'm not saying that she won't do it per se, but you know her as well as I do that she's going to try to grin and bear as much as she possibly can, even through this tragic circumstance.
Yeah. It's okay for her to crack. She's got to. It's going to happen. But anyways, yes, Mike, thank you so much. Thanks for being there for her. Thanks for making sure
seriously
from a distance that she's taking care of herself. Lulu,
right.
Hello.
It is good to see you, Lulu. I hope life is treating you well. It's been a while. But yeah, essentially, like I said, if my mods want to post Get Her Done Granny's channel, oh my gosh, I'm starting to blah, 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 blah. Terra Firma is posting the channel as well as the GoFundMe. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. If you guys want to continue to do so, that would be great while I figure out how to pin a post.
If you're on the YouTube, if you click on the 3 dots, you'll be able to pin.
Okay, but what if I detached my chat?
You should still be able to just click on the 3 dots next to whatever message you want to pin.
Oh, okay, yes. Let's see. Oh, yes, Terra Firma. Perfect. No, it says report and block. I don't want to do either one of those things.
Are you on the right channel? Are you on Gill Skills still?
Of course I'm on Gill Skills. Who do you think that? Oh, maybe I'm not. Ooh.
Are you on Gill Skills Live or are you on Gill Skills?
No, you're right. You're right, because I'm on live on Gill Skills Live, but damn it, man, this is all so confusing. Thank you for helping me, guiding me through this. Yes.
And it is amazing. This GoFundMe has only been up since this morning, not even this morning, and $3,070 has been raised already with 61 donations. That's amazing. That is amazing.
It is absolutely stellar to see how many people have come forward and donated so far. And it's only been 7 hours since this has been created. I want to continue to see this. I want to see that goal reached, because again, insurance is only going to cover so much if she has insurance. You know what I mean? So her vehicle, all the possessions that she had in her home, medical bills for that matter for her husband, it's going to be needed, and I'm sure it's going to be put to good use.
And I will find out for you, Tammy. I'm guessing you're still on the stream. I will find out. I don't know exacts with that, so I'll have to find that out. But
I don't want a single person in here feeling guilty that they cannot donate. Aviation fan, I saw your comment, and I appreciate you saying that. It speaks to me about your character. I really appreciate that. But don't feel guilty. Don't feel guilty if you can't donate. I can't donate today. I'm going to donate tomorrow when I get paid. But there are other ways to support besides besides giving money. You know what I'm saying? So just consider that. Even E-Waste Mike said that. So, yeah.
And a few people have said it, like prayers, like leaving positive comments on her channel, watching her playlist, because she does have monetization. So she, like, yeah, she won't get the money instantly, but every penny adds up. It's still going to help her.
Absolutely, it does.
You ways could probably confirm this, but from what I understand, besides retirement money that they received, the main source of income she had was YouTube and scrapping. Well, with the vehicle being down, she can't scrap. So there went a good chunk of income for her. So even just going over and watching her videos so she gets the YouTube check, at least that will help a little bit as compared to completely losing that.
That's absolutely stellar. And that's what it's at currently, guys, 3,070. Thanks to every single one of you that have donated thus far. And anyone that wants to donate, even if it's just $1 or whatever the minimum is, if you can do that, please feel free to do that.
Wow. If you go to Granny's channel, watch a few videos, let the ads run. Exactly. There's so many things you can still do. Just being there for her, just praying for her, just leaving her a loving comment, because she's going to get to a point where she's got, this is going to hit her. It's going to fully hit her, and she's going to need our support. She used to retire.
It won't be your fault, Aviation Fan. Trust me. I get where you're at. I get where your heart's at. You know, but you can't think that way. You can't take blood from a stone, my friend.
No,
you know what I mean, you can't harm yourself to help someone else. You got to.
We can only do what we're able to do.
Exactly. That's what I was trying to say.
Being there for her means the world to her. She doesn't expect us to support her. She doesn't expect us to build her house for her. She doesn't expect any of this. She doesn't.
Like I was telling you before, you know, if you know, she's not gonna, she's still in shock. You know what I'm saying? She's assimilating this stuff. But imagine a couple of days from now, when she gets back around to checking out her YouTube channel and whatnot, finding all those wonderful comments from you guys, you know, in the most recent video or whatever, just showing your support. I mean, it's going to help her emotionally and psychologically. Trust me. That's a huge help.
I don't know if you saw this comment, but this is, and I don't know, Mike, I don't know if you know, I don't know if you want to share that, but I don't know if she had insurance as well that's going to help her with this, but she used her retirement savings to pay off the house, and now it's gone. Like, she did what she thought was the best choice to help her because she had such limited income so that she could survive.
Right.
And now the one thing that she paid off so she could survive is gone. If Granny's link isn't working, guys,
hold on a second. Hold on. I will. Hold on. Just give me a second.
One thing I was going to say with the links, sometimes you need to go get it again. The channel.
Yeah, you can't copy and paste it from the chat because it'll only work once, and then after that, it becomes an inactive link for some reason.
Yeah, so it works a couple times, I think, but after a while, you do need to put a new link in because that will stop working.
Right.
So
right.
That's what I was going to say is you just, the ones that are posting the links, you may have to get a new link every once in a while. Somehow it usually works a couple times and then it just stops. Yeah.
Guys, we're up to 3090. We're 10 away from $3,100. I just want to keep you guys updated as far as where we're at. Thank you. Dave Larson, hello and welcome. And thank you for saying that.
And see you scrapping. Thank you for playing her videos.
See you scrapping. Yes.
Every little bit's going to help. Like, that's like her retirement money was used to pay for the house. So the money that she gets or she got was YouTube and scrapping. Scrapping was taken away from her when her car got burned. Until she can replace that car, there went that income. And even then, it's going to be slow going because she doesn't have her house. She doesn't have the she had before.
Aviation Fan, if you can only do a super chat, go ahead and do that, and I'll match whatever you put in. Okay? Yeah. If that's the only way you can do it and you really want to donate, feel free to throw in a super chat and I'll make sure to match it.
Yeah. And I
won't take out the 30% either.
I'm not taking the 30% out from what was thrown at me, and about $20 was super chatted to me on my channel. It was like $18 or $19. And I'm not going to take the 30% out. I've got to go on there and pay that. I should be doing that tonight. So
Richard Gray,
we'll be at 3,100.
Is that our good buddy Richard down
that
there?
Would be Richard.
He changed his channel name.
I don't know why he changed his name. Tell your brother to stop yelling.
Dan, stop yelling.
Stop yelling.
Oh, Landon plays on the Xbox, and when he's on the headset, he forgets that he just has to talk like a normal human being, and they can hear him. So he thinks he's got to yell because they're not in the same room. So he
I do the
screams.
same thing. I do the
Well,
same exact thing. It
the
took me so
downfall
long to get out of that habit.
the
Talking
downfall to
live.
that is my husband is sleeping like 2 rooms away from the living room, and it wakes him up every time. And then he comes out not too happy.
Thank you, Endless. I appreciate that. Contract deal.
Okay.
Well, Richard, just so you guys know, Richard actually, was it The Voice or American Idol? I think it was American Idol.
The Voice, I thought it was. I could be wrong.
Either way, I wonder if he made it. Did you make it?
E-Waves,
I know he made through several auditions. Like he was like one away from getting the go ahead or something.
You're amazing, E-Waves. Like, yeah, I figured so much your super chats were going to go to Granny. Like I said, we were trying to prevent as many super chats as we could, but the super chats are going to Granny. Yeah, that's just if we get super chats, they're going to Granny. And the fact that you're going to donate your YouTube pay as well for that's amazing. You're an awesome guy, Mike. You really are.
You really are awesome, Mike. Seriously, I'm sorry, I'm a little disheveled. Aviation fan, thank you. I'm just jotting down. You donated $10 here.
And thank you.
I'm going to make sure you get proper credit too, because I plan on donating tomorrow, and then I'll make a separate donation in your name. Okay.
Yeah. All the ones I got are probably going to get put in there, but I'm going to probably type the message saying, thanks to these people, they donated in super chats, because that's who donated. But I do appreciate the people that donated. I really do.
Again, it's not a money grab. I mean, I apologize. I apologize for if it sounds that way, but it's really not that. We're not trying to make it money here, me and Crystal. We're trying to do it for someone else because of a tragic circumstance. I hope it's being portrayed that way. I'm not, we're not trying to harass people for money. We're just trying to get people together as a community to help if they want to, if they have the means to. You know what I mean? So I just want to point that out is all.
And I will say too, everything Spicy said and everything, sharing it out is amazing as well. Even if you can't help, if you share it on your community tab, you share it on your Facebook, you share it out to your people, everyone knows different people. Everyone talks to different people. And you might not be able to help, but maybe someone that will share it to someone else, and maybe someone else will see it and be like, I dealt with this before. I've had this experience. I feel for her, and they have the money to donate. So that's how you get these GoFundMes really out there. That's how these GoFundMes grow and they get the donations that they do, is because not just because their direct circle of friends donated, because people shared it and other people saw it and the other people were able to donate. So then it reaches more and more people, because 63 people can't raise $20,000. But
I don't think it's 63 people. I think it's more than 63 people, because Goffa has been updating us as the number's been going up. The dollar amount's gone up, but I think the last 3 times he mentioned it, it was 63 people. So,
but either way it goes, like 63 people, 60 or 70 people, they
if
can't.
It's like anonymous. I don't know if it counts as a person. I don't know. But Aviation fan, I'm going to donate $10 American. Don't worry about any currency depreciating. In fact, the American dollar is going into the toilets. I might donate 15 for you. Much love to you either way.
And actually, Aviation fan, American to Australian converts fairly similar.
Yeah, it is fairly similar, but I might donate a little bit more on your behalf. So just be on the lookout. Everybody has the link. You now have the link because it's constantly in the chat. You can always check on it too. So I will, if you don't see it tomorrow, you'll see it before the end of the weekend. And
Aviation fan, every little bit is going to help her, knowing that she's got this community behind her that loves her, even if all you would have given was $1, knowing you're there and you support her and you're there for her and you love her, that is going to mean the world to her. more so than anything, just because she knows that she's got a community that's there for her. She's got a community that supports her. It's just, there's just so much more
Aviation
than
fan,
that.
don't worry about it, because your heart is in the right place, and I'm willing to put my wallet's right foot forward on your behalf. Did that make sense?
You don't send no teeny.
Everything spicy, Phil. I saw what you wrote. Oh, okay. Yeah, he rewrote it. Sorry about that. But yeah, no, you're absolutely right. If people get on board with sharing it out and sharing that GoFundMe, it'll spread like wildfire.
Yeah.
And I don't think this one will be any different. I mean, this is a big deal. Your situation was a big deal. I have no doubt that goal will be reached. It's just a question of when,
You never know who's going to get reached. You never know. So many people have dealt with fires, whether they dealt with a fire in their own house or they're a firefighter and they've dealt with watching these fires and seeing how traumatic they are. Like, if anyone that's dealt with that, if they have the means to donate, a lot of times they're going to donate to something like this,
Richard.
It's close to home for them. They know the feeling. They know. Everyone says, what about insurance? Everyone does. Everyone says, what about insurance? Insurance is going to help. Insurance is going to do. We don't know if she had insurance. And even if she did, there's usually deductibles. There's usually costs behind using that insurance.
It's not going to cover everything. It's not going to cover everything. And it may very well may not cover, like, medication bills or hospital bills and things like that.
And yes, and I know there's a couple people that were on my stream, Mike, that said when they get paid next week, if it's still up, they'll be donating. So there should be more donations coming in next week of people once they get paid. Because obviously we understand that if it's not payday and you got to wait a week before payday, because we live paycheck to paycheck. A lot of us do. A lot of us do. We understand. We understand. She understands. Like, it's an understood thing. But yeah, even if she has, and we don't know. I don't know. It's personal kind of, but even if she has insurance, there's still deductibles. It doesn't cover everything.
I need ammo.
Like, I hope not, E-Waste Mike. I honestly, I hope not. And the reason why I say that is because I hope that, I mean, like you, you probably feel the same way. I hope that the goal is reached sooner rather than later so that she didn't have to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, the whole idea of creating the GoFundMe is to, take care of those little things that she would have otherwise had to worry about later on down the road. You're kind of cushioning the situation for her, and that is very much appreciated. But I'm just hoping that she gets it sooner rather than later. At this point. Save me, Crystal.
No, I'm hoping, like he's saying, like, obviously, like, yes, I think the goal will be reached, but I really do hope and pray that goal is reached within the week. I've seen more of a miracle happen on here. I've seen it happen. There's actually, I can say there's a woman within the diving community that just recently got caught her skirt on fire in front of the fireplace and got pretty badly burned. And they put a GoFundMe up for her, and I don't remember exact numbers, but I want to say she had raised like $50,000 in a matter of like 3 days. It's the power of sharing. It's the power of sharing. This one has not even been up 24 hours. It has potential to hit that 20,000. It really does. Gorilla Girl could do it. Gorilla Girl could do it.
It's a worthy cause. We want to get her life back to normal as soon as possible, and I know that's going to take time. I mean, I'm not naive to that fact, but the sooner we get to that goal, the better. So that's one less thing that she has to worry about.
No.
Yeah, and Tammy, like she said, she had minimal fire insurance on the house we lost, and it was not very much coverage. Cleanup took a big chunk. And that's the thing is, like, all that takes into account with that.
Jeez.
Exactly.
Hold on, I gotta feature that.
Maybe we just need to call up Granny, tell her to put some Gorilla Glue, or no, find it comparable because Gorilla Glue now won't work.
Aviation fan, I don't think you have to worry about that, my friend. I don't think there's a single person in this chat that would let that happen.
God.
I can
I'm gonna kill
reassure you, aviation fan, that
Yeah.
you did the best you can do, and it's going to greatly help.
Oh yeah.
If you've got, I'm just going to throw his name in there. We've got E-Waste Mike in here, and I know for a fact that man is not going to let her go on the street or hungry. He is going to make sure she's taken care of. He's going to make sure of it.
Well, bear in mind too, even though there's a goal of $20,000, that doesn't mean people need to stop at $20,000. So Mike could leave the GoFundMe up. Say the goal gets reached in, I wish, a week. Let's say it gets reached in a week. He could leave it up for another week, and and get a little gravy, a little cheddar on top of that, just to kind of pad, get her that extra bit of padding.
And aviation, the nice thing, and I don't know if you have to close it to get the funds out. I don't know if that's the case. But with the funds, she does have Red Cross should step up and get her in accommodations. And I'm sure, like I said, E-Waste, and he said, which I will do.
I figured as much. I figured he would. That's what I would do, and he and I do think somewhat alike.
But she won't be on the street. She won't be on the street.
Yeah, that won't happen.
There's plenty of people that are going to make sure she doesn't end up on the street. They're going to make sure she doesn't end up hungry. Her and those kids are going to have food. She'll be taken care of. Our community will step up. This GoFundMe right here is the one that's needed the most to cover a lot of expenses, so she can get another car, so she can get the main essentials taken care of right now until everything else is figured out. But she's not going to go hungry. She's not going to be on the street.
Yeah, Red Cross is going to make sure of that. I mean, Mike's going to look into the Red Cross and help her, get situated with them. And yeah, that's not going to be an issue.
And Paula, that is greatly appreciated. She said she's in the middle of something to help Granny out, and that is appreciated.
Paula, whatever you're doing, we appreciate it.
She still has the Jeep, but we're going to say the Jeep also doesn't have its keys, so they had to kind of hotwire it to drive it right now. So they are going to have to get things fixed now because of what they had to do to be able to use it. That's now going to have to be fixed. When someone steals your vehicle and hotwires the steering column, now that needs fixed. You can't just be like, oh, good, it's good now. She's going to have to fix that. So that's going to cost some money. And like I was saying earlier, one of her main incomes, the way she got money, was by scrapping. The Jeep doesn't work for scrapping. That's why she had the van. So she, at some point, is going to have to upgrade to something that she can go back to scrapping to make the money. Like, that was her livelihood. That was how she made her money. So
good question, aviation. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Okay, sorry. I have a habit of doing that. My apologies. No, a good question, aviation fan. But I think the kids are covered for the most part. I think there's accommodations already in place for them. It's just her. E-Waste Mike says, okay, Granny update. Her husband is responsive to the doctor's questions and squeezed the doctor's hand when asked. All of your prayers are working. Guys, let's keep it up.
Thank God.
Seriously, let's keep the prayers going. Let's keep the love and the support going. This is a marathon, not a sprint.
And like Tammy, that's one of the things, and it's something that E-Waste had kind of pointed out, and just all of us kind of noticed, because Granny did come up on his panel for a little bit, was that Granny was basically sitting in her front yard or in her yard with no actual coat on, just by herself. She didn't have the town there. She didn't have the town support. And it is a small town. It is a very small town. And that probably played some of the role to it, is it's just more of a country town that's got a lot of space between neighbors. But
I felt so bad. She was so shell-shocked in that live stream. She didn't know what to do with herself.
Like, I've never seen Granny in the state she was in, and all she could do was basically just rock, and like, she kept herself together for the most part, but you could just tell she was just under so much stress. It was heartbreaking.
She is going to meet with the Red Cross tomorrow. That's awesome, Mike. Seriously, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And yeah, she's an overload. She's got so much on her mind. Her husband is 6 hours away from what Crazy Ann was saying.
Okay, how about
Her husband, she didn't know if he was going to be
have?
okay. She just
Except
lost
the
her
black
pets. She's got the kids to make sure that they stay calm and they're not freaking out. She doesn't want to break down in front of them, and she just lost every possession she had. So she's in just a lot of stuff going through her mind, and it's not been 24 hours. It's not fully hit her yet.
And Mike, we're here for her in any way, shape, or form. If there's anything that I or Crystal can do to help you in anything that you're trying to do for her, feel free to reach out. You know how to reach me, man, and I'm pretty sure you know how to reach Crystal too. Seriously.
Yeah, Mike, if I know you're doing a lot of calls for her and trying to get
don't feel like you have to bear that yourself. We're here to help you too. We know you got a lot of love there. So do we.
If you've got 10, 20 people that you need to call and you want to give us a few and say, hey, call these people for me. This is what we need to know. I'll sit down on the phone. I will find the time to sit down on the phone.
Yeah, exactly. So just to reiterate, I know I'm going to sound like a broken record, but I'm sure that there's people coming in and out. For those of you that may not know, Get Her Done Granny, a fellow YouTuber, she's been on Stein North. She's been on Everything Spicy. She's been on
mine.
E-Waste Mike. She's been on yours. She's even been on mine, to some degree, shape, or form. But Get Her Done Granny, she lost her home last night. She lost her home. She lost one of her vehicles. She lost 2 of her dogs. She almost lost her husband. Thankfully, he's in the hospital and he's responding. He's answering questions, thankfully. But nonetheless, it is a very tragic thing that she's gone through in the last 24 hours. So if we can help her out in any way, shape, or form, monetarily, psychologically, emotionally, if you can donate, there is a GoFundMe that's going around in the chat. There is a link in the description as well as the story as far as what happened. Mike, I hope you don't mind, but I copied and pasted your Facebook post and used that as my description for this live stream. But feel free to click the link. If you guys want to donate just $1, that's fine. Don't feel like you can't donate if you got I only have $6 or something like that. Feel free to donate it if you can. If you can't donate, show your support in other ways by commenting on her page, subscribing, showing your support in that way. Just being there for her in other ways. Sharing this out is probably going to be the most important thing. Letting people know what her situation is, sharing the GoFundMe link is paramount in this situation so that other people can see what's going on and have the opportunity to help if they choose to.
Sharing the GoFundMe link is paramount, but as well, if you share the stream out, if you're just now coming into the stream and you share it out, like we said, we'd be on for an hour. It doesn't matter if we're only live another 2 minutes, because people that click on that link and come in later will still hear the story at the beginning, because we didn't take forever to jump into what was going on. They're going to hear that. Most people don't sit in a live stream for more than 5-10 minutes if they click on a link. That's at the beginning of the stream. So they're going to hear what's going on. There's the link in the description. Hopefully we'll reach someone that can really, really help. $3,225 now. That is amazing.
Got him.
That is just incredible. Thank you all. Seriously, because it's not just the people that are donating. That is greatly appreciated, and we're grateful that you're doing that. But for those of you that are sending prayers and wishing her well, all of these comments are likely going to be seen by her. She could be even lurking right now, just being in the chat right now. It's going to mean a lot to her when she finally sees all the love and support that the community's shown in the last 24 hours for her.
Yeah. There's just I know some people felt really bad that, hey, I can't give the money. I can't. Just watching her channel too.
Yeah,
she's
don't feel bad.
She will get the ads. Watching her channel.
Lee, hello. Nomad on Broken Bill. It has been forever, man. How are you? It is good to see you.
but everything helps. Like, oh, Screaming Husky, Amy Goodrich, I can't even read today. Hello, thanks for coming over here. Sorry, you jumped into the end of the stream right as I was ending it, but thank you for coming over here. Yeah, and any little bit, like, just showing her the love, like, she's going to feel that love. And when you're dealing with trauma, like, at some point this is all going to hit, and she's going to need the support and the love from as many that she can get. It's like, that's really it. I think that was
if she's willing to share, like, anyways, Mike, I'm glad you're in here, because a lot of people have mentioned pulling together belongings of their own and shipping them to her, and if that's a possibility to do, if she needs anything, to maybe put together a list, or give a PO box or something so that people can send those things to 3225. Wow.
Right now, Aviation Fan, although that's I'm sure she'd love having a dog, because dogs are great support. With just losing her dogs, and also with the housing situation, I doubt she would want a dog right now, just because it would be added stress for the moment.
And again, I love where your heart's at, Aviation Fan. Trust me, I really do. But she's going to need a grieving process. Fur babies are just like family to me. If I were to lose Sky, it would be like losing a daughter. And she lost both of her dogs, and I know I'd need a little bit of time before I dove into caring for another pet or animal. Because I don't want to feel like I'm automatically, you know what I mean, getting another dog to replace the one I lost. She's just going to need some time to grieve, I think. But I love where your mind's at. I love the sentiment.
And Crazy Ann, like, it's understandable. Me and Gil, like, when we saw the stream going on earlier, we kind of talked, and we're like, like, let's go live. And he's like, well, maybe we should do it together. I'm like, that's fine. And I'm like, well, we could go live tonight. We could go live tomorrow. Both of us kind of agreed tomorrow wasn't as good of a time for either one of us. So we decided, hey, let's do tonight. And as heartbreaking as it is that this happened to her, it's paramount to try to get this out there as fast as possible, to try to hopefully get the GoFundMe to that level as fast as possible. It's just that's what needs to happen. But I think there's so many of us in the community that are all going live. Like, I know E-Waste was live for quite some time, and then the next one, like, we've all kind of been going live together. So I think we're in pretty good standing for today, but we'll need some people tomorrow, maybe.
No, Macy. So Melissa Gill is my niece, Macy, and she. No, I don't want another dog. Someone within our community, Macy, had lost their home and due to a fire, and the person lost both of their pets in the fire.
An Aviation Fan, you're thinking outside the box.
You're not being annoying. You're not being annoying. So you're doing, Aviation Fan, you're doing what everybody else is doing here. You're showing a sense of concern, and you're offering your 2 cents to try to help. And I'm never, ever going to slight you for that. I'm not going to bust your chops for that. And I'll do my best to answer your questions. But no, don't feel like you got to shut up. You're not annoying. Trust me. Please.
You're racking your brain for any way that you can think of that might help her with this whole process.
Yeah.
And that's what almost has to happen in cases like this.
There's nothing wrong with what you're doing, Aviation. Please understand that.
None of us are going to think of everything. One person might think of Red Cross. Another one might think of something. Like, everyone's going to have different outlets that they think of. And the only way that they're all going to get back to her is we all pull it together. So you might be thinking, okay, well, that was turned down. It was a stupid idea. No, it might not have been. Maybe that's what she needed. So having the ideas come out is how we find ways that she can get the help she needs. Like, one person will never come up with everything. We
Yeah.
we need the whole community behind us for those ideas, because there's so many
Absolutely.
ideas out there.
There may be something that you mentioned that none of us have thought of, and they're all good ideas. They're all from the heart, and it's all good sentiments. So please don't feel like you can't contribute. My door is always open. You're always welcome to speak your mind.
And Crazy Ann, there's no need to thank us. It's just the right thing to do. At the end of the day, it's just the right thing to do. Any way to help her, help the community. She legitimately needs help right now. This isn't just hey, I stubbed my toe. This is legit help that's needed.
Yeah. I mean, when if you forgive the vulgarity here, if the shit hits the fan, we're there for each other. You know what I mean? We are.
Big happy
It's the way it is. And I wish that I wish first off that I could complete his sentence, and then after that, I just wish that there was a way that we could make this easier for her, and we're doing everything we can to do that, but I just wish that I could erase the whole damn day.
Yeah. But yes, Rensler Mania, hello. Aviation fan. Yes, I'm sure that's something that's going to go into effect once we kind of figure out where she's going to stay, what they're going to do. Then usually Red Cross does step up. Like, I don't know, with you being in Australia, I don't know what you have there in case of fires. But with Red Cross, typically they do help get a lot of the furniture needs.
Yeah.
But I'm sure if there's needs like that, like if there's needs for like a washer or dryer, I'm sure at that point, like funds that are being raised now will be used to help get that, or maybe it'll get reached out in some way within the community.
Don't they work in conjunction with like the Salvation Army and
usually
like
they do
a few other? Yeah.
They usually give you like some sort of voucher to use at certain stores or at the Salvation Army to get stuff like clothes and basic furniture. But I'm sure if she needs something when things are figured out, there will be more of a reach out in the community of, hey, like this is what she needs. Is there anyone in the area able to help? Is there anyone able to donate money to get this item?
Yep.
Like, I'm sure there's going to be more of that going on once it gets closer to that. Right now, the main necessity is we need to get her into a place to stay, make sure they have some clothes because they've got what's on their back and that's it. And make sure they've got food to eat right now, and then go from there.
Well, if she's going to be staying in that trailer, she's got that wood stove to stay warm. But one thing we might want to consider is making sure she's got the wood to stay warm.
Yeah, and that's another thing.
That's another thing that we could look into. We'll see. I'm really sorry to hear you lost your van. I know that you had some issues. I'm so sorry, Crystal. But I'm glad you're slowly getting back on your feet. I would like to see you this year. I'm planning on traveling again this June. I'd love to meet up with you at some point. We need to talk about that. And I'm sorry, Crystal, you say what you need to say.
No, it's great to see you, Nomad, and I'm glad you're getting on their feet again, because it was horrible for you as well. But that's another thing I was going to say. I don't know if that's how she's getting her heat is through the wood burning stove, if that's going to be long term. But that's something that, like, now that you say that, that might be something that she's not thinking of right now, where someone within the community could go, okay, this is the area she lives in. Let's start calling around and figure out who possibly can supply this. If we can find it, if we can pay for the load to be delivered, if they're willing to donate the load, whatever it may be, that's stuff that we can do. And at least try to find this stuff for her. And Paula, thank you. I do appreciate you going and trying to figure out any way you can to try to raise some money to help her and try to help her out in these times.
Absolutely. And B Lady, I appreciate you. You've always had a huge heart. And whenever anyone has needed anything, you've been one of the first people to step up to the plate. So I just wanted to say I love you for that.
You know what I could do for you, though?
And that would be another thing. Like, maybe there is someone that has a van or a vehicle they can donate. And that's all stuff that it's just stuff that's going to have to be looked into. And Maybe with
don't
this,
know.
with these live streams being shared out, people knowing what she lost, knowing what she needs, maybe the right person will hear this and go, I got a van sitting in my driveway I'm not asking any money, here you go. Maybe someone local to her will have that. I know Tammy said she lives in her general area, so she was asking where exactly she lives, because she might have outlets for her. I've got to reach out to Mike and find out exacts, because I don't remember what town she's in and stuff, so I couldn't really give her an exact. I just know what area she's in.
Hey, Amy. Yeah, and Amy poses a really good idea too, like to go onto Facebook or Craigslist and look for the free stuff and see if there's any, any furniture or anything that would be worth grabbing locally. That's a great idea.
And that's a great idea too, B Lady, or an amazing thing on your end. Like she said, they're thinking about maybe going down there too. They have the large camper, and plenty of stuff that she can donate and bring with her. So that's awesome as well. Monica Tiamoni Arts, hello.
Monica, how are you? Thank you for stopping by. Monica, we're asking everybody to share the stream out. You can share the stream out if you want, although in about 8 or 9 minutes we're going to end it. But actually, what I'd like you to do is share the GoFundMe out. There's a link going around. Eileen is being so kind as to post the link. If you could share that link with the GoFundMe to as many people as you can, it would mean a lot to a lot of people. It would mean a lot to Get Her Done Granny too.
I can't. It's too fun.
But yeah, no. And aviation, that is a great idea as well. I know I'm going to be going through stuff and seeing what I can put together to send her, like a little care package of stuff that she could at least, like a feel good package. But I'm sure other YouTubers will be doing that too. It is another thing where if someone wanted to step up and say, hey, I want to put together a really nice package for Granny, since she doesn't have a P.O. box, and that way she's not having to give her address to multiple people or a place to send to for multiple people. And who wants to donate to that? And that one person takes charge to get a nice basket together, a nice gift together to send out to her. And that is another idea. Like at some point that I know she would very much appreciate something like that. It's
Absolutely.
just something to lift her spirits that little bit. Here's some gift cards.
Because like I said, what is equally important to the monetary, fundraising that we're doing is the psychological and the emotional raising. We want to raise that. We want to lift her spirits in any way we possibly can. So that's definitely going to help.
Yeah.
I do want to say hello to Antfield Road Layout in the Loft. Good to see you and welcome.
And anyway, said, I think we need to give her some time to soak all this in, and then down the road, maybe we can get her to see if we can help in donations for her. You all have awesome ideas. And yeah, that's the thing, is like right now, we don't want to hit her with too much. We know what the basic needs right now are, but we don't want to hit her with so much. Like, she's got to process everything. She's got to figure out where she's going to be staying. We hit her with too much stuff, like, here's all this furniture, here's all this. She's got to now find a place to store it. She doesn't have that. So
well, bear in mind too, guys, that like the folks that are closest to her are likely in this chat right now. They're taking notes. So bear that in mind, so when the time is right, I'm sure those options will be presented to her. So don't feel like your ideas are going to go to waste.
But I do like the gift basket idea. That is something that would just kind of lift me up for her and the girls and her husband, like of some of the stuff, like some chocolates and just some like gift cards to go to restaurants and get some food, like even if it's McDonald's, it's something to get hot food that she doesn't have the ability to really prepare right now. So yeah, stuff like that.
Throw a gift card in a really, really raunchy like card, with like a bad sex joke in it or something. To get her to laugh, any little bit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, and that's the thing is like, she doesn't have a P.O. box. E-Waste Mike is in here. If you aren't connected with E-Waste Mike, I would strongly suggest subscribing to him so you can get connected with him.
Keep an eye on E-Waste Mike's channel, because if he or if Get Her Done Granny is keen on the idea of receiving items from folks, chances are a P.O. box will be created or an address will be given on that channel so that you guys can do so. Any updates would be likely given on his channel or Stein North's channel or Everything Spicy's channel.
I woke up for a very long time.
And yeah, not a great sausage. What's up? But yeah, I'm sure.
Hey, what's going on? Not a great gamer.
I'm sure E-Waste would take the like if people got gift cards and she didn't want to give out her address or whatever. I'm sure E-Waste at the very least would have you send it to him, and then he'd send a big package to her because I know he knows where to send it to.
Well,
so there's ways to get
here's
to it.
Here's the thing. Something E-Waste. This is something you want to bring up to her. There is a link on her YouTube channel for an email, but it's like a dead link. If you could find out if she does have an email address, people can buy gift cards and send her e-gift cards.
Flowback, hi, sweetie. Yeah, and that's
What?
awesome. I forget about that. I said Flowback, hi, sweetie.
Hey, Flowback. Thank you for stopping by.
But yeah, that's an idea too. If she has an email that you can do the virtual gift cards. And I was going to point out, Gaffa said that Saucy Shane is streaming for the cause right now.
Oh,
Since
excellent.
in about 4 minutes,
Excellent.
we might want to take note of that and maybe raid.
We're going to raid Saucy Shane then. If you guys don't mind, we're going to raid Saucy Shane in just a few brief moments here. That is awesome. I'm so grateful that he's doing that too. We'll keep it going too. If we could do a string, like a chain of people going live to kind of spread the awareness, that's something to think about too, guys. That's another way to help out if you can. If you go live streaming on a regular basis and you want to donate an hour of your time to, talk to your viewer base about what's going on and share the link to the GoFundMe page, that would be awesome too. Think about how much that could help, even if there's just a few donations.
See, and I don't know what's all in her area, B-Lady, because she lives kind of more in like small town. And I know just driving all over isn't easy, but I know like Autumn loves like smelly things, Bath and Body Works, Walmart. She likes going to Walmart and picking stuff out. They have everything, or just even just some of the favorite food places, and they're gonna need to eat. So, I'm sure any of that would be appreciated. E-Waste, you're welcome. It's there's no need to think.
I mean, it's a no-brainer. E-Waste. I would have done it for you. Anybody that's going through a hard time, I would do this for. You know that, and no thanks will ever be required. Trust me.
And yes, B-Lady, a lot of stores you can do virtual gift cards. So you can do Amazon and eBay too, which is also not a bad idea because like Amazon and eBay, she can order and have it shipped to whatever address, and there's a lot of stuff you can find on there, including food. Crazy as that is.
Yeah, she just needs an email address, or if one of her kids has an email address, you can send it there, and essentially all you got to do is either print it off or transfer it over to an app. Because most places that offer e-gift cards have apps now, and it pulls up that fancy looking scan square thing.
Well, you can transfer it to an app. Sometimes they just have a code you write down, and you just input that code when you go to the site.
That too. Yeah, it looks like a credit card number.
You just load it basically to your Amazon or eBay account, so you can utilize it whenever you choose. You just put the number into the Amazon account, and it loads it. So yeah, if she can update some sort of email, that would be an amazing thing, just because that would make anyone that wants to send like a gift card to help, because that's going to help right now just with the immediate needs. They can just send it straight to the email like that.
Saucy Shane's live stream just ended, and it switched immediately over to ours, which was kind of weird.
Does anyone know, because our stream is ending relatively fast here?
Yeah. Well, let's talk about I know where you're going with that.
Anyone streaming right now that's for streaming for Granny, or would be okay with promoting Granny? Anyone you could recommend?
Yeah, let us know if you want to go live. If you'd like to spend a little time to go live and just kind of spread this around, we'll raid you. We'll do that. I mean, we're live right now. We got 21 people currently still in here. We can go to
and OG-san, I guess, is live, and they're promoting.
Okay, so he's streaming for Granny as well. I must not be subscribed to him. I'm going to have to remedy that. Guys, somebody post a link for OG-san.
And
we'll
yes,
head
I
on over
will
there.
keep
And
updated with e-waste with Mike. I've got him on my Facebook. We don't talk every day, but we talk. I'll keep updated with him on what's going on. I will keep, like I said, as long as it's not something personal she does not want out there in the YouTube world, I'll keep
right,
updated on the community tab so that anyone over there will know what's going on and be able to stay updated on what's all going on in her
exactly.
situation.
Guys, I'm going to leave you with this. Go on over there and hashtag Gill Skills Raid. We're going over there for, or you could put hashtag
Love for Granny.
hashtag Granny or hashtag Help Granny. You know, I'll leave it up to you as far as what the hashtag is. I don't really even care, but I want to leave this with you guys. Please share it out. If you do nothing else, share it out. Don't just share it out once. Share it out every day. Share it out twice a day. I don't care if people start thinking you're annoying with it. It is a needed thing. It's an urgent thing. It's a tragic thing that happens. So please do that. And if you do nothing else, you'll be doing your part with that.
Thank you
Did you
guys.
want to
Thanks
say
for
anything
being
before we
here.
go?
Thanks for being here. Thanks for any donations that were made. Thank you for sharing it. Thank you for just going over to her channel, watching her videos, leaving comments, all of that. It is all greatly appreciated by me, by Gil, by Granny, Mike, everyone. We all appreciate it greatly. Thank you for being here. Just be kind. Just be kind. That's all we can ask is be kind. And we'll see you in the next one.
Have a scrap happy day, guys. Take care.